Next guest, we welcome him back to our studios, a Texas-based singer-songwriter hailing from the small town of Del Rio. He was raised on a mix of classic country and mariachi, which is reflected in his music as he sings in both English and Spanish. And he joins us today to talk about his major label debut, available next month, by the way, Whiskey Lies and Alibis. Welcome back to the program, William Beckman. It is good to see you again.
Good to see you, Suzanne. Thank you for having me.
A lot has happened, my friend, since you were last year in the studio.
Quite a bit, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I want to first address your Opry performance. And you sang in Spanish, standing ovation. I think I saw people in the audience like legitimately crying.
That was my Opry debut a couple years ago. I've done it maybe 4 or 5 times since then, but the first time I did it, I sang a song in Spanish, acoustic. It's a mariachi song that I always sing called Volver, and it's a song that I can't walk off stage without doing now because so many people have seen that video.
Because I love it. I went to look. I know you guys never like to look at the comments, but I was looking at some of the comments on some of your posts. There was one guy who stood out to me. He said he was a teacher. Did you remember this? He was a teacher in West Virginia.
No, I try not to read the comments too much.
But let me just tell you, he said he had a lot of Spanish students, young students, and when they saw that performance, he played it for them. He goes, they started singing, and there were tears, and they were crying. I mean, the response from something that you do on stage like that, I cannot imagine how that makes you feel.
That definitely makes me feel good. Having grown up on the border and growing up in Del Rio, mariachi music and Mexican music was just always around, and that's something I picked up on at an early age when I started playing music, and that's carried over into what I do now. And we've got this new record that's coming out that's got a cover song in Spanish at the very end, which is exciting for me because it's the first thing that I've really put out in Spanish. A lot of people that come to my live shows know that I sing 1 or 2 songs in Spanish, but I've never gone into the studio to cut something. So it's exciting to finally have something out there.
Having all of that, of course, musical influences, I think people will hear that you have almost like a crooner's voice, a vibrato, and you have such a big voice. Did that come from that exposure to mariachi music?
Mariachi singers, in my opinion, are some of the best singers in the world because of that. I've also been a big fan of people like Frank Sinatra and like the old school Rat Pack style of music. Of course, George Strait's a big influence on me vocally. I don't know, I think when I was first learning how to play guitar and learning how to sing, I was just like a sponge trying to find the different artists that I liked and tried to emulate them in some way or another and incorporate what they do into my own music. So I think it comes through in that sense that I grew up on a lot of mariachi music, Sinatra, Strait, stuff like that. Not
only an incredible vocalist, but also an incredible guitar player. I could I'm literally mesmerized by just watching you pick guitar. Talk about that style, the way you play, and something that you were self-taught?
I never took guitar lessons.
Wow.
I had a friend of mine that when we were younger, he did take guitar lessons, and then during the summer we would hang out after he would take those guitar lessons. So I tell people that I had secondhand lessons because he would basically teach me what he learned that day. But as far as anything else, I just watched a bunch of videos on YouTube, and people like John Mayer and Willie Nelson I don't think gets enough credit for being a great guitar player. I'd watch a lot of his videos and just same thing, kind of just look at what they were doing and try to figure out how to crack the code and do it myself.
Whiskey Lies and Alibis. The release date for this one coming out in June 20th.
Yes.
Next week, CMA Music Fest. It is going to be intense here. You're going to be making the rounds.
Yes, I'm excited. We have a couple performances that are taking place here in town. It's June 4th and June 5th. On the 4th, we are doing a performance at Old Red on Broadway, and that's something that the Opry actually put together, and they asked if I would come and play a few songs, which, of course, I'm excited to be doing. And then on the 5th, we're playing at Barstool Nashville. So that'll be a really fun thing, too. There's a whole bunch of us on that lineup.
People want to jump onto your website, they'll find those tour dates and all those stops that you're going to be making. I do want to point out Honky Tonk, make sure I'm saying this, Honky Tonk Blue, the very first track, right from the very beginning, you set the tone. I mean, listen, I'm thinking,
country.
It is country, but I'm thinking, man, I'm like Dwight Yoakam, Gary Allen, Marty Stewart. These are the guys, like the best of the best that come to mind when I'm hearing you sing. This was a song that Chris Stapleton had been holding on to. He wrote it and gave it to you.
It's a funny story, actually, because Chris Stapleton is a writer on that song, and Bryce Long is a writer on that song, who I'm a very big fan of as well. And I'd heard a demo, and it was Stapleton singing it, and I fell in love with the song, and we asked his team if we could record it, and we had to ask like 2 or 3 times. I think he liked the song so much for himself and was kind of waiting for the right time to do it, and finally he gave me permission to do it, which I'm forever grateful. If Stapleton's watching, thank you for letting me record that song.
Well, he knows. Let me tell you, he knows what he's doing, giving it to this guy. William Beckman, everybody, be sure to look for that album, Whiskey Lies and Alibis, June 20th. And again, check out his music wherever you stream yours. A pleasure as always. Congratulations to everything.
Thank you so much.
Just so good.